Would you ever consider getting a face tattoo? Never.
Never. I get it, you know. A face tattoo is no different than a nipple piercing from 20 years ago, 30 years ago anyway. You end up looking like a notebook from high school. My first tattoo, technically, I gave myself with needle and Indian ink in the basement of my grandmother's house. Just such a me and my friends would just sit there and we would just give ourselves these crappy little tattoos. And I had them, I had them all the way up until I was about 19 when I got my first real tattoo, which is actually this one right here. And it is such savage early 90s garbage that I can't even tell you. This was the very first Tribal S tattoo. This was after Joey came up with the design, and I thought it was so cool that I immediately went to one of our local tattoo artists and I had him give it to me. Nobody else in the band got the S because they all had the logo. Like everybody in the band had Slipknot, the Slipknot logo. I'm probably the only dude left from the original band that doesn't have the Slipknot logo, but I'm covered in S's. I think the first cool tattoo I ever got, well, besides the one on my chest, but that kind of bled out, is my Heath Ledger. And I love it because of the detail, you know, like to this day, it's still really vibrant. I mean, I got this thing 12 years ago. My favorite. I mean, I have a few, to be honest. Obviously my Bowie is pretty rad. And I love it because I have the Bowie logo right here, which is one of my favorite logos. But I also love my Hunter S. Thompson.
What's the most painful place to get tattoos? What for you
Chest.
is the most painful one?
Chest. Oh my God, the chest. My chest tattoo took 2 sittings. The gray and white wash side was pretty simple. I mean, we did that in about 2 hours. This side took, if I remember correctly, 7 hours. And it was some of the worst, most painful drilling I've ever felt. Because you're getting drilled here, you're feeling it all through your arms, up into your neck. And I would just remember just being paralyzed. And I just kept going, are we done yet? Like, I am no hero. You know, I'm not a fan of the pain. My chest tattoo actually came from an idea that I had, which is the sun and the moon, which Paul Booth did. It was supposed to represent the yin and the yang of the kind of struggle between light and dark in all of us. And that's kind of where all of my tattoos kind of come from, you know, like they've all been representations of duality. You know, the fact that we're all made up of different parts. No person is all horrible, no person is all good. We are all made up of dueling fates that are, you know, that can change from day to day. I'm working on a back piece right now that would probably be my last round of tattoos because I'm obviously running out of real estate. I'm actually doing a montage of horror icons, kind of starting with the Universal monsters, but not doing the Universal monsters. I'm actually starting with the Hammer horror films. So that's going to be my kind of upgraded montage of, you know, the Universal monster tropes. The only people who I really knew who had tattoos were criminals and rock stars. You know, like that was it at the time. This is like the late 80s, you know. It wasn't until the mid-90s when it became something that was attainable. I started seeing more and more people with tattoos in the culture and in the scene. I never had any aspirations about having a lot of tattoos, man. Like I thought, honestly, I would get a couple and I was fine with just having little bits and pieces, but then you get them. It's such a great representation of things inside of you, you know? I feel like this is more of who I am, you know? It's something that's important. I don't think a lot of people have that.